right, everyone. Welcome to the Canard Files, the Darkwing Duck Podcast. I'm your host, Will Santana, and
I'm Stan Lund, back again.
hey, what's going on, Stan? You been doing all right, man?
I've been doing pretty good, Will. How about you?
I've been busy, extremely busy. I got, at the time we're recording this, July 18th, even though this will be dropped way later, I'm getting ready for Anime Houston.
That should be fun.
Yeah, Anime Houston, I'll be out there with Michaela, but Dante Bosco will also be there, and one of your Power Rangers, Johnny Young Bosch, will be there.
Oh, nice.
Couple of
I
go ahead.
was gonna say I gotta get his autograph someday.
What would you want his autograph for? Because he's got a lot of good stuff besides being a Power Ranger.
Power Rangers would be first and foremost. I have a series of images I created. I've got one already made for him that I can have signed.
Okay. I got his autograph already, but of course, I didn't get it for a Power Ranger.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got it for the character he voiced on Demon Slayer.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, I love Demon Slayer.
Who do you voice on that?
I don't know how to pronounce the guy's names. I've heard some people say Guy. I heard some people say Gayu. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. Yeah, he has a Funko Pop too. His character for Demon Slayer has a Funko Pop.
Cool.
Yeah.
Still haven't seen that series. It's on my to check out someday list.
You don't need to do it someday. You need to do it soon, like ASAP. It's a really good series, man.
I got plenty of other things I've been watching and catching up on. I saw all of season 4 of Stranger Things, which was awesome. Saw the new 4 movie, which I loved. And I saw a really old movie, and I'm sure Tiff will be happy to hear I saw this. I actually had to see it because I got a crossover comic that had Evil Dead in it, but it's an old horror movie called Reanimator.
Oh, okay.
It's not bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't been really watching much lately. Just been so busy and stuff, man. Got some other stuff going on that you know about, but of course the world doesn't know.
Yeah.
But got that stuff going on, man. And you mentioned earlier that Chip and Dale was nominated for an Emmy, correct?
Yeah.
What did you think of the movie? I never got your feedback on it. What did you think of it?
I thought you got my opinion on it. I know I voiced my opinion in an episode, but I really liked it myself.
Okay. Like you really, really liked it?
Yeah.
Oh man, we really got different tastes.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, really different tastes.
At least our tastes, kind of coexist on some things like Darkwing and My Hero. New season of that'll be starting up soon.
But I'll be honest with you though, Stan. I'm losing interest in My Hero. I didn't like the last season that much.
It was hit or miss. That was season 5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hit or miss. I think the best season so far has been season 4.
I thought it was season 3, the season when they were out in the woods. But I thought that was the best season.
I think season 6 is gonna blow us both away.
Yeah. I don't know, man. That Chip and Dale movie, I know I'm no longer the target audience because I done aged, but I feel like the plot is so camouflaged,
Yeah, I mean, if you go into it expecting it to be a continuation of the show that you watched, you're going to be sorely disappointed. But if you go into it, just expecting a fun adventure with the characters who were in the movie, or in the show, then you're probably going to be pretty happy.
That's your opinion, but okay. Well, enough about Chip and Dale because we already did a review on that movie. I don't want to keep talking about it. So Stan, what are we talking about today? We're reviewing another comic, correct?
Yep, we are reviewing Video Pirates, a Darkwing Duck comic that was in Disney Adventures, February 1993.
I do not have that issue. I was looking all over for it, man. Don't have it.
Well, now you know that's one you gotta keep an eye out for.
Yeah, I was able to read it though. Stan found it online, so
yeah, there's a wonderful site that has a lot of the old Disney Adventure comics.
Mm-hmm. I kind of gotta when I read these comics a lot, I gotta kind of distance myself from the show, because sometimes they're not in sync with the show at all. Sometimes they are somewhat. Sometimes yeah. So I kind of read it for what it is. I can see it like for a 10, 11-year-old when it came out, reading the comic and just having Darkwing Duck in it. So I'm gonna try my best not to be as harsh anymore on these scores on these comics. I'm gonna try to give it like a little, like a curve. Like when you were in school and
Yeah.
nobody made 100, so there was a curve. So like whoever had the closest grade, they would give him 100, and then everybody else, however many points he needed, got got those many points too.
Right.
So yeah, so I'm thinking that's what I'm gonna start doing, is kind of give it like a curve. So it's not so bad. But so far, Stan, have you been having fun with these fillers we've been doing and stuff?
Oh yeah. It's been fun to go back and either reread some issues or in some cases discover them for the first time, because I will admit
Yeah.
I haven't read every single Disney Adventures Darkwing comic yet.
Yeah, same here, man. I haven't read them all, so it's been kind of interesting, reading new material and finding new stuff on Darkwing that's already been out there for a long time, but just never got around to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, never had the motivation. All right, so let's get into this one, Stan. You want to tell us who wrote this and who illustrated this?
Sure. So the writer was Janet Gilbert, and
Mhm.
she has had at least one other Darkwing story she did, which was A Picnic is No Picnic. I think it was like a one-page Darkwing comic.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But
Okay.
she's done a lot of work on DuckTales, Tailspin, Goof Troop, so she did a lot of Disney Afternoon comics for Disney Adventures, even did Bonkers, much to your happiness, I'm sure.
Yeah, right.
And
Okay.
the artist for this issue was Chris Allen. He's only done 3 Darkwing comics, and as after this one, we've actually talked about 2 of the ones he's done, because he did the inking on Liquid Diet, which is
Oh.
a very good comic,
Mhm.
and then obviously did the pencils on this one, and he also did the pencils on Slip Sliding Away, which is another one we'll have to get to at some point because it does tie into our Joe Books issues.
Okay, I never even heard of that one. That was a Disney
Yeah.
Adventure one also?
Yep. It's got a rabbit racer in it.
Okay. All right, so Stan, let's go ahead and get into this story. Darkwing Duck Video Pirates. We start off with Drake, not Darkwing, with Drake and Gosling, and she's watching something called Buccaneer Bob. And
Yeah.
Darkwing is like, he's really frustrated with her watching too much TV, and he's trying to get her away from it. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it kind of cuts off, and we get to the pirates and Buccaneer Bob. You want to tell us a little bit what's going on here?
So the pirates want to be on Bob's show, but Bob doesn't think that they're appropriate for a show.
Hmm. And they talk like real pirates, don't they? With the
Yeah.
dialogue that's kind of going on.
Though I'm not really sure why the captain of them keeps saying "arf." It's like, what
Arf.
does he think he's a dog?
Do they ever say the other two guys' name?
I'm not sure.
I don't think they did.
I think they might have mentioned one of them, but I'm not entirely sure.
Okay. Well, then the pirates, after not getting Bob not wanting them, and they get rejected from it. They kind of get in their car, and he keeps saying they're gonna steal 1,000 channel changers. It took me a while to figure out what the heck is a channel changer.
Television remote.
Yeah, I was like, why didn't he just say remote or remote control or something? But he kept saying channel changers. But we'll get into that a little bit. But he mentions, or while they're getting into the vehicle, that they're gonna steal 1,000 channel changers. When I first read that, I was like, what the heck is a channel changer? I thought he was talking about, because this was the 90s, Stan. I thought he was talking about the knobs, like
Ah,
that's what I was like, okay. I don't know why he's selling knobs. Does he not want people to change the channel or something? Yeah, I was completely lost at that point. But then we get back to the Mallards, and Dark Drake, I'm sorry, cuts off her Gosling's TV and tells her no more TV, and she's not happy about it because apparently there's a Bobathon happening, right?
yeah, Buccaneer Bobathon. Basically, the guy whose show the pirates just tried to get on has a marathon all weekend.
Yeah. And then someone pops up through the window, but which was a little weird because I've never seen him use the window. I always see him go through the front door.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm trying my best not to be so picky on these comics, like these little nitpicks. I'm back off of them a little bit.
So
Who
who's
pops
showing
up?
up?
Oh,
Oh,
you go
you're
ahead, tell us.
Honker.
Yep, Hunker Muddlefoot.
Yep.
And what's he trying to get Gosling to do?
He's asking if Gosling can go camping with him, and she really wants to go, which Drake should have first thing Drake should have known is Gosling plus camping. Something doesn't add up there.
Yeah, she had a trick up her sleeve, but he thinks it's gonna be all good. He said anything to break her away from the tube.
Yeah.
Yep. So then Drake goes outside, and we got Herb. He's out there. Man, that camper is huge.
Biggest. I was about to say with the biggest RV I've ever seen.
That thing was huge, man. Like they didn't even reach the door or the windows on it, man.
They're not even taller. They're not even quite taller than the tires.
I know, right? Yeah, and he's storing everything up in the I guess like a compartment in the bottom of the camper. And
I think that's not a compartment. I think that's how you enter the camper.
Oh, because those are steps behind it.
Yeah.
All right, and he mentions it's time for the Buccaneer Bobathon.
Yeah. Gosling promises she'll play outside during the commercials.
Yeah, he's like, he figured he lost. So he just tells her to go have fun. And he decides to tune into this Buccaneer Bob to see what's all this hype about, right?
I'm not sure if he's trying to tune into Bob or not, because it gets interrupted right away by a special bulletin.
Yeah, but he was trying to tune in.
Well, I know he was musing about what is she seeing him.
Yeah. All right, and then he questions pirates, huh? Sounds like a job for yours truly, because they kind of took over the special bulletin, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then Drake and LP, we finally get LP.
Well, you mean Darkwing and LP.
Darkwing, you're right. I screwed that up. Yeah,
yep, they're in the rat catcher.
Yeah, he's all excited. He's like a pirate chase. Wow, I feel just like a Buccaneer Bob.
And I'm sure at this point, Darkwing's like, okay, enough about Buccaneer Bob.
Yep. But then we tune it goes to Captain Crook and the rest of the pirates, and they're still in the remotes, right?
Yep.
And they're still in it from a TV, I guess a TV store, like an electronic store
Tube
or something.
Town.
Does it say the name? Oh yeah, it does say the name. Yep, sure does. But thing doesn't go so well for Darkwing, correct?
Well, he shows up and uses a grappling hook, but he doesn't catch them.
No, he caught a chopper.
Yep, helicopter.
Yep.
Which pulls him, Launchpad, and the rat catcher up and away.
Yep. And Captain Crook is laughing, but he says the arf again.
Yeah.
Arf, arf, arf.
Yeah. We should mention that Captain Crook is some sort of bird, so it really doesn't make sense that he's making barking sounds.
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be like arg.
Yeah.
Like that's something pirates say, but I don't know why they put an F at the end.
Yeah, I don't either. Well, then, LP, no, maybe I'm jumping the gun a little bit. So LP makes some jokes about the frequent flyer Myers, and Captain Crook realizes they are one short from their 1,000 of the channel changer, aka remote controls.
Yep.
And
luckily for him, he sees a giant camper ahead of him on the road.
Yep, and he's assuming that's where he's gonna get that last channel changer.
Yep.
Well, then we get back to Darkwing and Launchpad, and then Launchpad just come up with the most brightest idea to unhook themselves from the chopper, right?
Yep, he pulls an R2-D2. He cuts the rope while they're hanging from the chopper.
Yep. But luckily they land in the water.
Yep, in Lake Leary.
It says that? Lake what?
Yeah, Lake Leary.
Where does it say that at? I didn't see that.
The top panel where they're hanging from the chopper, Launchpad's like,
oh,
look,
yeah.
DW, down there, Lake Leary.
Okay. I did not catch that. Good eyes. Okay, so then
Oh,
go ahead.
I was gonna say I love DW's response to LP though once they touchdown, cutting the rope. Now, why didn't I think of that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so what happens next though, Stan, when we get back to the Muddlefoots?
Well, they're settling in to watch the show, and we should mention that Binky's there as well.
Yep.
We
No
hadn't seen
Tank.
her up to this point. Nope, no Tank. But
Mhm.
the pirates show up to steal the remote. At first, they're like, "Take anything, don't hurt us." And then when they say the remote, they're like, "Take the wife, take the kids, not the remote."
Yeah, man.
So
Herb, come on.
I have to say, I'm not sure I really buy Herb saying that.
Yeah, I don't buy her saying that either, man. But then Gosling comes up with a plan, and where do her and Hunker go?
Her and Honker use a little motorcycle that they've been taking with them, and go follow the pirates.
Yeah, they go follow the pirates, and Gosling says, "Let's get dangerous on the way there."
Yep.
But then it takes us to a transition right to the pirates, and now we see like a giant remote with a satellite on top of it.
Yeah. We should also mention they're now on a pirate ship at the bay.
Yep. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not a remote, a channel changer. Yeah,
You could call it a remote. I mean, the official name that they call it is Crookovision.
yeah. So basically they just changed everybody's TV channel, right?
Yep.
Hmm. And then we get back to where Darkwing and Launchpad are. They're back in the hideout in the tower, right?
I believe so.
That's what I thought it was.
It's hard to tell considering the fact that it looks like they're overlooking the earth, looking out that window.
Yeah. And then, while Launchpad is trying to watch Buccaneer Bob, the Captain Crook show comes on. Someone changes the channel on them.
Yep. All over St. Canard.
Yeah. Did you catch the theme song on the Captain Crook show? It kind of sounded like Gilligan's Island to me.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
I would also possibly say somewhat shades of SpongeBob, except this was well before SpongeBob.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, then everybody in St. Canard realizes their channel was changed, and then Captain Crook he starts his show.
Yep.
And then Darkwing, he said the ARF thing that threw me off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was trying to familiarize where he heard that from.
Yeah, he's like, "Hey, that ARF sounds familiar."
Yeah, and LP kind of wish he would have got his autograph at that moment.
Yeah. But then DW gets a phone call.
Yeah, it's from Gosling.
Yep.
Yep, and she's saying, "Is Pirate's dad real pirate?" She always calls him dad when he's Darkwing.
Yeah.
She always
Also,
screws that up.
she's looking a little green, isn't she?
Yeah, she's definitely looking a little green, man. Yeah. So then Captain Crook's one of his minions, they find their Honker and Gosling.
Yeah. Now Gosling has pink eyes.
Mm-hmm. So Drake, I was about to call him Drake. Darkwing and Launchpad, they pull up right where the pirates are by the bay.
Yeah,
which is like
in a new vehicle.
Yep, the Thunderquack.
That's not the Thunderquack. No, that's a submarine version.
Oh yeah, that's correct.
Because you can tell, for one thing, the fin on the top isn't quite right, and then the next panel shows them underwater with it, or not next panel, but next page.
Yeah, LP tells them this looks like the place, and Darkwing says, "Let's get dangerous." And then Gosling's kind of like into it a little bit. She's like, "We're going to be on TV."
Yeah, though her enthusiasm kind of fades fast when she realizes they're going to be walking the plank.
Yeah, so they go on the plank, and you are correct. This is where it's a submarine, and you can see the fish and everything. And when they're thrown off the plank, DW saves them.
Yep, he has Launchpad launch him in the torpedo launcher.
Yep, and then he brings them back up on deck, and then they go running up that first, I don't know what it's called, sail or something, or
up into the crow's nest.
He called it the crow's nest. So what happens next, Stan?
Well, Darkwing gets a couple cool lines here. "I am the fly in your clam chowder, the bad oyster on your seafood platter. I am Darkwing Duck." Almost an entrance. No, I am the terror, obviously.
Yeah, but then he gets zapped immediately.
Yep.
Oh man, and Captain.
So when he got zapped, he did have the added side effect of breaking the Crookovision.
Yeah, he destroyed the remote. Control changer?
Channel changer.
Channel changer, God. That kept screwing me up, man, when I was reading this. And Captain Crook's not too happy. He's telling him he's going to pay for it.
Yep.
But Gosling comes up with an idea from watching Buccaneers Bob. She decides to take a fish net, and she knows a trick to do with it.
Yep. Because no crook can get out of a tiny net.
Mm-hmm. And she throws it on top of the three pirates.
Yep.
They get hit with a thump, and then that's it. They're pretty much they're captured away, and Darkwing's loving the spotlight. But he did give Gosling credit, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
he gave a little encouragement from her.
Yeah, but now they get back to the Drake's house, and things have changed.
Yeah, Gosling wants to play sports, but Darkwing wants to watch. Well, not Buccaneer Bob. It's himself fighting the
Captain
the
Crook.
video pirates.
Yeah. So that's the end of Video Pirates. Stan, what do you think of it so far? What did you think of it, man?
If I was kind of a middle of the road story, I'd give it, a 2.5 to a 3.
Okay.
Pretty standard fare for the comics. Nothing too outrageous in there. Nothing that really takes you too much out of the story. A couple odd things, miscolorings, the odd line that doesn't make sense. Yeah. I wish we had gotten to see more of the underwater, the submarine thunderquack thing, or at least gotten an official name for it.
Yeah, that would have been pretty cool. Okay, so you said that you would give it like a 2.5?
2.5 to a 3, yeah.
Okay. I think the story it had a decent flow, and it kept changing back and forth between Gosling, Darkwing, and then the Video Pirates, and then to like where Gosling was with Herb and stuff. It was doing some pretty good transition. There's some things that are off, like you said, and like with the coloring and stuff. I'm trying not to be too harsh on it, because I think like we're comparing them to well-written episodes and stuff like that. I'm gonna push here. I don't want to go. I really want to give it a 2.0, but because I want to give it a curve.
Well, if a 2.0 is what you want to go with, then go with it. Remember, this is you and my score.
Yeah. But
so be true to yourself.
I'm gonna be true. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a push, and I'm gonna give it a 2.3. Fair?
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Okay. So I'm gonna give it a 2.3. What do you think about our villain? We're gonna rate. Are we rating just Captain Crook, or are we gonna rate him and his minions?
We'll rate him with his minions, and honestly, I'd give them a 2.
You give them a 2?
Yeah. I think if there'd been more to it than just wanting to have their own show on TV, like if they were going around stealing valuables, being more of a legitimate threat, I think it would have brought them higher. Plus, I still don't get why the captain keeps barking like a dog. So
yeah. Stan, I think I'm gonna give him a little bit more of a score. I'm gonna push again. I'm gonna give him a better score than you on this one. And the only reason why is because I like your score. I agree with your score. I won't counter your score. But the only reason why I'm gonna push is because there's a certain Darkwing Justice Duck member, I think, for one episode, I think will work great with them.
Oh?
Do you know who I'm thinking of?
Let me think. I'm going to guess Stegmutt?
Nope.
Neptunia?
That
was my second guess.
Yeah, I think she will work with one episode with them. If they're pirates and they're out hunting for treasure, or they're causing something in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
I think she would have worked, and I'm a big Neptunia fan. So I definitely would have. I'm going to push. I'm going to go 2.3 also with Captain Crook, because I think with one episode or one comic with Neptunia, I would enjoy it.
Yeah.
But I would, like, if I take my Neptunia thing out of the picture, I would have stayed with your score with a 2.0.
All right.
Yep. All right. So Stan, so far, for our filler episodes, I think we've done 4. We don't know what order they're going to come out. I think me, you kind of do. But we plan to at least do 2 more, correct?
Yep.
Maybe 3. But we'll see how it goes. Stan, anything else you want to talk about before we wrap this up?
Not that I can think of, other than that, if you haven't already, come out, check my YouTube channels out.
Okay. And Stan, man, there's an episode you've been wanting to give a quick mini review on, man, and that's the Negaverse episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, go for it, man. Give us a brief what you think of the episode, and
well, this episode's going to be a bit longer now.
Well, don't get too deep. Remember, it's a mini review. It's a mini review.
Life, the Negaverse, and everything is, in my opinion, the top tier of Darkwing. My favorite episode, of Darkwing Duck, one of my favorite cartoon episodes of anything, period. I love the atmosphere. I love how the Fearsome Four, play off of both Negaduck and the Goody Good versions of them in the Negaverse. Negaduck is at some of his best, here. Everybody gets a chance to shine. There's so many great jokes, like the universal plug.
My favorite joke in it is when Negaduck says on the TV that they're looking for Darkwing. He looks just like me.
Yeah, and holds up a black and white picture.
A black and white TV. Yeah, that's my favorite part of it, man.
Yeah.
He looks just like me.
The Nega Muddlefoots are such a treat. I think, Jim and Katie and who's Binky's voice actress?
Oh, I forgot too, man. But Katie killed it as a bad honker, man.
Oh yeah. That's him. That's the one Lord Negaduck said to burn into fiery ash.
All right, so
having Tank as a polite guy.
Okay,
plus how chummy, like, oh hey Launchpad, hey Megavolt.
Okay, so Stan, I'm guessing I already know what your score would be for this one. Go ahead and let us know for sure, though.
Well, I'm gonna take a page out of Will's book for this one.
No,
and give Life, the Negaverse, and everything infinity.
Okay, so that Haunting Mr. Banana Brain still got the highest score then. Yeah.
Would you score that one?
I said infinity plus infinity.
Okay.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Okay, yeah, man. So Negaverse is your favorite, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that means I got to question you on Haunting Mr. Banana Brain next time.
That's not a bad episode either. That's certainly, top tier Darkwing as well.
I mean, Negaverse is not my favorite, but I would never knock it and say it's not top tier. I know what it is,
Yeah.
It's just not my favorite. My favorite, yeah.
Oh, yeah. With the drooling fangs.
Yes. All right, so Stan, man, for the people tuning in for the first time, where can they catch us?
Oh, boy, it's been a while since I've tried this. Stitcher, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Pandora, YouTube. I think we're on Facebook as well for I think Facebook podcast is still around.
Is it still around? I thought they were removing it.
I think it was still around. The last time I was on with Mike, I think he mentioned it was still there because he had seen the most recent episode pop up.
Okay. All right. You got any shout outs?
I think I'm going to give a shout out to anyone who's ever been a Negaduck fan. And there's one other person I wanted to give a shout out to. I need to actually find out what his name was, though.
Hey, how you not gonna shout out Quackerjack fans, man? Come on, man.
Maybe we can do Quackerjack fans the next time.
Yeah, man. Don't do Quackerjack fans like that now.
I'm trying. Give me a moment. I'm trying to find the name of. Maybe you know the guy's name, the one who posted the pictures of that beautiful Darkwing collection.
Oh, I don't
in the
know
group.
His name. Yeah, I don't know his name. Yeah, we might have to save it for the next one and then give him a shout out.
Might have to because my computer's running a bit slow, so it seems it's not able to get to the. Or well, maybe I'm almost there.
Okay. I'm just gonna shout out to all the listeners. We appreciate y'all tuning in. We know the podcast has kind of had some issues lately with my MacBook going down. My MacBook went out for a couple of weeks, so that's why Tif and Mike didn't drop any episodes, and then like the one of them went out of town, so they couldn't record one weekend. And then me and Stan been recording these fillers kind of just whenever we were both for free, so we could give them a little bit of a break and stuff. So I just want to shout out to all the listeners. Thank you guys for still tuning in, still being faithful to the podcast, and hopefully at some point we can get a reboot and Tiffany and Mike can do their thing and take off with the reboot.
Yep, and I did find the name, by the way.
Okay, who's the name? Who's getting a shout out?
So, giving a shout out to Brandon Weaver for his immaculate Darkwing Duck collection, all boxed in, display cases.
Yeah, something
Beautiful,
that Stan
man.
should learn, not to open everything.
Yeah, like I've said though many times, I do regret opening that Darkwing figure.
Okay. All right, y'all. That's it for the St. Canard Files. Y'all make sure y'all tune in next week, and it might be me and Stan again for another filler, possibly, or it could be Mike and Tiffany, whatever, circulating. Because, like I said, we recorded these fillers with no intention when they were going to be released, but we kind of do have intention for them for Mike and Tiffany's break, but we just never know when they're going to come out. All right, guys. So thank you for tuning in, and remember, stay dangerous.
Stay dangerous, everyone.